Hey everyone. So today, unfortunately, I don't have my happy face on, but as you know, this channel is all about honesty, and it's all about giving out you the real journey versus the how everything cool looks side of things. And unfortunately, I'm recording this video as I learned that due to my ankle injury, which happened to me a little bit about 2 weeks ago from when I'm recording this video, I will have to basically canceled the fight that I was supposed to do. I was both excited about the fight and a little bit scared, to be honest, because I lost my first fight, and even though by a split decision, and apparently it was very close, but I was like, I really want to make sure I win this one. So I was putting a lot of effort into it, and I was really pushing myself to get ready for it. But eventually injuries do happen, and it's only a few weeks until the fight is supposed to happen, and yeah, I've been already out of training, and I saw the physio today, and I have to take at least one more week off. And then I spoke to Coach Kavna, and he suggested that it's better not to fight, and I'm completely with him. I agree. I could be reckless and be like, oh no, I will fight anyway, but I want to play it smart. I want to be smart. I don't want to get into the fight half prepared. If I'm gonna fight again, I will fight with full-on commitment, with full-on dedication. And again, that's what I want to do, and I can't do it this time because of the injury, and it is what it is. Now, obviously, that changes my plans, and I just got the news, and I wanted to make sure that I want you guys to experience my journey as I experience it, so I'm not waiting instead of, again, as I said, digest it all and come up with a master plan and then come back to it. Because yeah, I guess every fighter, not that I'm much of a fighter yet, but every fighter has to go through this experience of pulling off from a fight, and it's tough because you're putting in so much for such a long time. I mean, I've been training at SBG full-time for the last 2 months for this fight. Yeah, so you're putting so much into it, and you're kind of sacrificing your lifestyle, sacrificing your comfort, and really going down this kind of rabbit hole of just training like mad, which is intense. It's tough. I have to be honest and say, I think when I hit 2 months, I started to feel, wow, it's accumulating, it's becoming harder and harder to maintain this pace, and that's where I was kind of lining myself up as, okay, it's just 4 more weeks, I finish with the training camp, then I have the fight, and then I'll relax. But I could feel that after those 2 months, my system was starting to get drained, and so I put so much on the line, and I really pushed away the YouTube channel, making content. I just completely became obsessed about this, and now you learn, and I'm sure that many fighters go through exactly the same thing, and now suddenly you learn that you're not going to fight, and of course the progress and the training stays, and kind of part of the rational mind understands it, but there's also that emotional side of that kind of sensible side, which still experiences more or less that pain of realizing, oh snap, all that effort I put in, I won't get that nice finishing touch to it. So it is sad to quite a degree, and so I don't know when the next fight will be. And honestly, I thought a little bit about this for the past couple of hours as I was digesting the fact that I won't fight this time, and I'm thinking that probably the most smartest thing will be to do is to just not rush into my next fight. Take a little bit. I'm still staying here. I'm still committed to stay here for that 1 more month. So as soon as I recover, I'll still train for a couple of weeks. Maybe document some of my training now that the fight is not upcoming. So I'll still be here for that month. But probably afterwards, I'll take a bit of a breather and maybe do more gradual, constant training. Just maybe training like 4 or 5 times of jiu-jitsu per week, or again, just doing not training 2 times per day every day with pro team level guys, but just doing more regular constant training a little bit back home, maybe do some traveling, training at different gyms, and just kind of give myself time to really kind of nail down the fundamentals of each realm: the boxing, the kickboxing, the wrestling, the jiu-jitsu, and really feel like I have a solid foundation, which I don't feel I have yet, but just kind of really focus on my foundations, gradually learn them, and then when I feel like I'm solid in my foundations, most likely then again look for booking a fight, and then maybe doing a 2 months or months full intensive training camp just before that fight. But again, my thought is right now probably that'll be the smart thing to do. I really push myself hard, so if I would have a fight in, let's say, 2 months, probably that'll be hard to pull off, because now I'm already on the edge of overtraining, and if I would know that the fight is in 2 months, then I would feel like I have to train again, and I have to keep the pace going, and doing a 4 months training camp, that's too much. I would probably overtrain and the results wouldn't be that good. So again, I think that's the plan. Finish that training that month that is left, do whatever I can to learn, recover, and take some time off, devote myself to regular training, and yeah, just whenever the time feels right, without rushing into it, go to the next fight when things align. Because I do feel like this fight, I was kind of pushing for it. I was kind of, trying to get it as fast as I can, and later I thought probably that was not a smart thing to do. It's like, why not train more, really get things down, and then fight? And also too, when I'm training with the pro team, the level is here so high, it's hard to feel your progress. It's hard to feel you're very rarely beating anyone or submitting someone, so you're getting that sense of, wow, everyone is better than me, and that obviously, that is tough for the brain, that is tough for the mind, and that doesn't give that sense of confidence of, oh, I'm ready for my next fight. So instead, it would be nice if I could train enough to feel like I can go toe to toe with pro guys, or at least pose a great challenge to them, and then feel confident, okay, I can handle these guys, I can surely do an amateur fight. So yeah, again, my mind is a bit of a kind of a spinning wheel right now. I still have to digest this, but as I said, I wanted to include you in these news, in this kind of moment, and just to let you know how the brain feels in a situation like this, when you're preparing for a fight and you learn you can't fight, unfortunately. But again, it is what it is. I'm accepting it. I feel this is truly what, this is the right thing to do. I feel I understand completely that this is the smart thing to do, and I'm not upset about anything in that sense. It's just a bit saddening, but it is what it is. That doesn't mean anyone is giving up. It's just another chance to learn something from this experience, and I have a feeling that a few days later, in a time frame of a few days, I'll just really sit down with myself, look through things, and decide what's most important to me right now, and just move on to the next step. So right now, these are the news. Thank you for staying all through that ramble and video, and let me know what you think about this in the comments. Have you ever pulled off a fight because of an injury, or you experienced something similar like this? And I'm sure we'll reconnect, and we'll continue owning our journeys together.